What's up, Raider Nation? Back at you with another video here. And let's talk about another disappointing loss coming in on national television, Sunday Night Football on Sunday. And probably the worst game so far in the head coaching guru's tenured, or not even 10 years, couple years in the NFL with Las Vegas Raiders, Josh McDaniels, man. And man, it was just horrible. The only part we did good again was the beginning of the game when we came out. And we didn't score on the first drive, but it was on the second. Went up 7-0. But after that, man, just flat out nothing, just flat the rest of the game. And then we turned it up a little bit late in the fourth quarter, but too little too late for us. And another disappointing loss to the Steelers, which I picked this Raiders team to beat them this year, not like last year. This year to beat them, and this game we were supposed to win, man. But Josh McDaniels, I just think it's time for him to go, man. It's not time to panic on the season, but what we are seeing in his 20th game in is the same thing that we have talked about of him not being a good coach, managing a game, knowing certain situations and stuff. And it's just horrible. It's just been horrible all around. This is the worst game coached in the 20 games he has. Worse than the Colts. And then when we got shut out by the Saints last year. Yeah, worse than those games, man. And it just showed in the fourth quarter, you know, when we're down by 8. We had the ball, I believe, at the 12-yard line. I believe 4th and 4, or at least 4th and 5 and under. And this guy decides to go for a field goal down by 8. And then after the game, he was asked by multiple reporters why he went for it. I mean, he didn't go for it. And he said, we had a couple possessions here, and then there's different ways to do it. And he was really frustrated. You could tell right away that he didn't really want to give an answer. And the more I look into it, I really think Josh McDaniels thought we're down by 9 points, which is ridiculous. It's not in the game. He was not into the game. But even if, he decided to kick the field goal, which made no sense because earlier in the drive, we kicked the field goal, but the Steelers got a flag that extended our drive. That's how we got into the red zone. If you're not going to go for it, just take the points there. Don't let more time run off the clock, because when we kicked the field goal, there's under 3 minutes left, and our defense had to get one stop. But if you're the head coach, you know our defense is not the best defense out there, not even close, not even halfway in the pack, man. And then they asked him also if he didn't trust our offense to get that 4th down late in the game. And then he didn't really answer. He just said, we made the decision to kick the field goal. This offense is the top 3 paid in all the offenses in the NFL. You have Davante, you have Jacoby Myers, you have one of the best running backs in the league in Josh Jacobs, and Hunter Renfrow, which I believe he only caught the ball twice, I think. So now it's three catches in 3 games or something like that, 3 receptions. Man, when you have offense like that, you should be producing more than 15 points a game. And that's just horrible, man. You call yourself an offensive guru, and it's not showing, man. This guy has digressed since last year. And I think we had enough. I know Raider Nation had enough. But for me personally, I seen this already, even when he was with the Broncos. He got his guy in Jimmy G, and it's showing that it's not working, man. It's not going to work. Jimmy G's not a guy that could drop back and throw the ball 40 times a game. He's not a guy that could bring you from behind and win these games when you're trailing. He's not the guy that's going to drive the ball down the field when you're losing late, when you need to pass the ball. He's not that guy. He's the system guy. Game manager needs a good defense to be around him for him to win. He was in a great system in San Francisco with a great defense. That's why he was successful. And they had a good coach. They have a good coach in Shanahan. But this is just going to get worse and worse, in my opinion. Jimmy G has the most picks with 6 all year, more than touchdowns. Josh Jacobs has been affected by this because the defense, again, they stack the box. Don't let the Raiders run on them. And the only good part, I believe, this year so far is that the defense does look improved. It's just that the offense puts them in bad situations that they have to go out there and get stops after the offense continuously goes 3-and-out. And it's just not looking good in the hindsight of the fans or the NFL when you put your defense in jeopardy like that. Defense has been holding it down, I could say, for the most part. And this offense has been putting our defense in a bad spot. But that's not it, because in this game too, Jimmy G got concussed. He threw 3 bad interceptions. And now he's probably likely out for Sunday's game versus Chargers, which brings into question, who would Josh McDaniels and the Raiders start? Would they go with veteran QB Brian Hoyer, or would they bring out the rookie Aiden O'Connell? And this is a no-brainer for many people around the league. Brian Hoyer's not going to really do anything, just bring experience, probably know how to run the offense a little bit better than Aiden O'Connell, but that's about it. So if Jimmy G can't play, it has to be Aiden O'Connell. But it would not surprise me if Josh McDaniels, wow, just saying that just crazy. It would not surprise me if Josh McDaniels rolls with Brian Hoyer and Jimmy G can't play this week. He was not there at practice today as they went at the Intermountain facility in Henderson. He wasn't active in practice or spoke to the media because he's in concussion protocol. And when you're in that, you don't really speak to media, and he wasn't at practice. So Brian Hoyer and Aiden O'Connell probably split reps, and we'll see. We'll see this week in LA, which will be a Raider real home game, because this past Sunday it wasn't, man. It was all terrible towels all over. But man, let me know if you guys think this is it for Josh McDaniels, or if it should be it for Josh McDaniels. And is it time to bench Jimmy G? Looking forward this Sunday. If we have O'Connor starting for us, I think we will have a chance to win way better than Brian Hoyer. Our defense is going to play good. Max Crosby always has a good game against the Chargers. And hopefully, Jimmy G comes back and plays way better than he has, because this ain't it, man. And I believe Josh McDaniels is on the hot seat, but I don't think Mark Davis will fire him unless something crazy happens. But it's because he don't want to pay him the money that it's going to be due if he fires him, I believe. But, man, this 20 games in, and we haven't seen nothing that inspires or makes us say, oh, okay, this is now the time the Raiders are going to make that step forward. Rookie Tyree Wilson hasn't even showed up. I know he's hurt, banged up. Not his fault that all the Chandler Jones news is happening. But, man, at least get some pressure, something. Max Crosby out there by himself. It's either Max Crosby or nothing, man. But this offense has to play better if we want to improve our team. And Davante Adams, if he doesn't, if the Raiders don't improve, man, like he heard it on Sunday, he don't have no time to turn around, man. It's not time for let's see what we can do. No, it's about doing it. And you're gonna get this guy out of here if we continue to struggle, because he wants to win. He wants to be on a contending team that has a chance for a Super Bowl, and we're not giving him his opportunity. It's not about stats for him. This guy puts up great numbers every week in, week out. Probably the best. No, not probably. Is the best receiver in all of football. But this regime's not working, man. I think it's time for go. Let's move on to the Chargers. This is a game I picked also for the Raiders to lose in LA. But let's see what we could do. Hopefully we win, get back to 2-2. But I don't see it. I see the Raiders losing. Hopefully it's competitive. But if the defense does good, this offense has to improve. And maybe Aiden O'Connell's the answer. I know for a fact he could throw the ball deeper than Jimmy G. So let's roll with them if Jimmy G can't play. And let's go give the LA Raider faithful a show, man, because it's going to be a Raider home game. You know that for sure. So hopefully that boosts up our chances to win. We got a crowd behind us for real now. And let's go, baby. Just win, baby. We'll see you Sunday. And hopefully with the Raiders dub. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Go Raiders.